Hello, fellow cycling fans, and welcome to my preview of Liège-Bastogne-Liège 2025, fourth monument of the season, final race in the Ardennes triple header, and final race for Tadej Pogacar in this spring campaign. We won't see him until Critérium Dauphiné in summer in France. So, in this video, I will talk about race profile and map. We're going to talk about some potential tactics from the top teams. We're going to check the weather, and as always, in the end, I will pick my winner of this race while we look at bookmakers' odds. So it is a really long race, 252 kilometers from the city of Liège back to the same city. But before we go to Liège, first we visit the famous town of Bastogne, and that is how the race got its name. As we can see here on the map, starting in Liège, going south alongside this yellow, that is the main route to Bastogne, and then up north through the countryside and through all those climbs in the second part of the race, no less than 10 climbs on the way back. Some climbs are not even categorized as you can see here, so it is a really hard race. More than 4,000 meters of elevation gain. That is a proper mountain stage in a Grand Tour, so you know that that will hurt some legs. So what can we expect from the top teams? Well, the main focus on this race is in the last 35 kilometers on those three climbs: Côte de la Redoute, Côte des Forges, and Côte de la Rochefoucauld. So this is where we saw decisive moves happening in the past by both Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel, probably his biggest rival in this race. They are the two top favorites. So will Pogacar attack even earlier than that? Well, I don't think that he will. He tried in Amstel Gold Race. Yes, everything happened as I predicted. He just didn't have, I think, luck with all that headwind, and also he was maybe a bit tired from Paris-Roubaix. But after convincingly winning in Flash Vallon, I still think that he is near his best and that he will try on Côte de la Redoute to try and gap others. Remco, his main chance is to stay with Pogacar on the La Redoute and then try to do something on Côte de la Rochefoucauld, but that is really hard to see happening. Remco Evenepoel, he has one big advantage over Pogacar, and that is the flat terrains where he can push incredible watts, really high power from Remco, but in a race like this where it's up and down all day long, he just doesn't have a lot of maneuvering options where he can attack. There are not a lot of flat open roads, and it's really hard to see Aramco beating Pogacar in Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Of course, he should try, maybe even put his team to the front, do some pullings, try to disrupt Pogacar, but that is the most he can hope for. Can he really attack before? Well, I think that UAE Team Emirates' focus will be to control the race up until the Côte de la Redoute and then launch Pogacar, who will then have another chance to go on the Côte de la Rochefoucauld. And that is the main focus of Team UAE Emirates. Of course, even if Pogacar gets to the finish with only Remco, then I still favor Pogacar in that sprint. So Remco needs to try and create some kind of chaos, maybe even push really hard with his team, try to send a breakaway rider like a Van Wilder and maybe bridge to him on some flatter part of the course, but still it is really hard to see it. What about other teams? Well, they also need to try something to disrupt UAE Team Emirates. Try and send as much riders as possible in a breakaway. Try to win this race. You just don't want to race for a second or third. Try to win it for once. What about the weather on Sunday? Well, as we can see around Liège, this is Sunday. Wind will not be really strong, some 8 or 9 kilometers per hour by the time the race starts going north. In the first part of the race, it will obviously be tailwind, then headwind in the second part. Some wind gusts of around 26 kilometers per hour. That is not that high. It can be maybe hard for a lone rider to stay in front of Evenepoel or a bigger group, but still at around 20, I don't think that it can create that much problems. Essentially, it is just wind gust, not constant wind. The weather will be quite nice, some 18 degrees throughout the day and no rain. So that is all for the weather, and moving on to bookmakers odds, we can see that they agree with me. Yes, Tadej Pogačar once again similar odds as in Amstel Gold Race. I think that Liège-Bastogne-Liège even suits him a bit more, as it is a harder race and there are longer climbs. In Amstel Gold Race you have those short climbs where you can just carry the speed from the downhill all the way to like half of the climb and then just push it near the end. But here these are the proper climbs, as we can see. Côte de la Redoute 1.6 kilometers at 9%, with the average gradients of around 12% in the final half. Côte de la Rochefoucauld even harder, probably 1.3 kilometer at 11%. These are proper climbs in the Ardennes, and you can't just carry your speed from the downhill. You need to push really hard on those climbs. Remco Evenepoel, yes, the second favorite. He will probably be among the top three. It's really hard to see anyone else beating him besides Pogacar. Ben Healy, Pidcock, they all look good. Schkelmose unfortunately had that crash in La Flèche Wallonne. I don't know if he really recovered sufficiently for Sunday. Thibaut didn't really perform good in any of the Ardennes classics. Even in Itzulia, he was a bit subpar, so I don't rate his chances a lot. Kevin Vauquelin, he was amazing. He's doing really good. Maybe in the top three is a nice option. And then Roman Bardet coming from the Tour of Alps. Second last year, but still I don't fancy his chances. All those guys that I mentioned, they need to go on the offensive for sure in the second half of the race. Try to get in front of Pogacar and Evenepoel. Maybe if they catch you, then you can work with them, escape the main group, and get a good result. Pogacar, of course, once again my pick to win this race. Remco Evenepoel in the top three, and that is all for this preview. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Don't forget to like it if you enjoy my comments about races. If you think they're really good, please like it. I like any feedback from you guys. Tell me in the comments if I should change something. Who is your pick for this race? Everything I like to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe. Many previews are coming, including all the stages of Giro d'Italia, of course, and then later in the summer of the Tour de France. So if you already subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a preview on my channel. Every World Tour race, every World Tour stage, only preview is in my channel. So thank you for watching once again. Have a great day. I hope to see you soon. Bye.